wonderful September month. Yay! I'm streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. So hello YouTube. Greetings Facebook. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad to be here. I hope you are too. And if you're new to my channel on YouTube, please subscribe, like, and share. I've been here for a little while on this channel, and it's a small little family, but I'd like to grow it to a larger family. So if you could help me out, I'd love it. I'd like it. I'd appreciate it. And guess what? My birthday's coming up this Saturday. So I have a solar return, and I'm looking forward to celebrating with loved one and loved ones. I will say that, my sweetheart and my family members, my children and grandchildren. So I'm looking forward to it all. Anyways, I'm gonna get right into it. I'm using the Hoodoo deck by Tiana McGeller. I'm probably saying her name a little kind of twisty, only because I haven't heard it verbally said. So McQuillar, probably that's how you say it, McQuillar. McQuillar. So anyway, and her illustrator, or the artist that does the designs, is Caitlin Foisey. She can be found on, Instagram, and she is an amazing artist, and just so talented and deep. And the colors that she uses. Now, it's really interesting. In the Hoodoo deck, there are no colors really being used because it's Hoodoo, so it's reflective of the culture. It's reflective of the time period at which it's being taken, and it's real gritty. And so you notice it's dark colors, dark as in, we're looking at like dirt. When you think hoodoo, you think you're messing with the earth, you're blending, you're taking herbs, you got it all, like right there. So that's the way the cards look. And so when I first got the cards, at first I was kind of like, I'm not sure about these cards. But as I started reading the booklet, and then flipping the cards, it totally made sense why the cards had the color that it did. And there's like some cards that have sparse of red or sparse of blue. So I don't know what will come up today. So we'll see how that works, okay? So thank you for joining. Please, if you are new to my channel, make sure you like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I used to didn't ask people, but I'm finding it's better just to ask, because sometimes we forget. We're like listening, right? And then we might enjoy it, but we forget to actually click like or click subscribe. Oh, another thing is, if you hit subscribe, make sure you hit that little bell, because you're not gonna get alerted that I'm on. So anyways, I'm glad that you're here. Now, this is a general read for the day. I know it's 12 o'clock here, Mountain. Hey there. I'm doing great, thank you. It's 12:30 Mountain. That's putting it about 2:30 Eastern. So you might say, well, gosh, the day is almost done, and so you're doing this reading. Well, I don't care, because you may need confirmation that whatever's happening in the day is happening, and then wonder, okay, how do I navigate it? Or, I'm not just going out of my mind for thinking that this is happening, right? Where you second guess yourself. Well, then you don't have to second guess. You can say, oh, okay, so I can see that this energy is really happening. And then you can navigate it. Now, this is what I like to tell people with the cards, and I don't care what anybody say. People say, I don't necessarily want to deal with the cards. I've had people say that too, because I don't want to know my future. Well, ding dong, the witch is gone. Yes, it's going to tell you how your energy is flowing. That's what I'm going to say. So regardless if you see it in the cards, you're seeing it in your everyday life. You're seeing it in the environment. Now, one of the things that I had learned how to do in my Jegna, she's the one that really helped me to develop it, because I would do it without trying, which is read my environment like a tarot card. I didn't know I was doing it, but I understand tarot so well. So I want to say a year ago, I was doing a short, and I said, oh, street tarot. I call it street tarot. That's my coinage. Like, I don't care. It don't bother me if somebody says, I've never heard of that before. Well, of course, there's a whole lot of stuff you never heard before. Like, a baby hasn't heard half the stuff they're gonna hear by the time they're 20, right? That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So anyway, I did a reading, and I was at a park, and there was a swarm of bees. And so, and then there was this chair, and it was odd. The bees actually went and swarmed underneath the chair and then created its hive right there. It was a strange phenomenon. Anyway, right there I said, oh wow, look, that could be queen of air, because the bees are taking flight, right? You could think stinger. That'd be queen of fire, right? Like a sword. And it definitely wasn't wands, and it definitely wasn't cups. And so somebody got on my thread and said, I've never heard of that before. And I'm a high priest, and I've never heard of something so asinine in all my life. So you mean to tell me you don't look at the environment and let it tell you or allow it to navigate for you? Like, we do it on a daily basis. And so what does that look like? We go outside, we look at the weather. We don't even look at the Weather Channel before we actually open up our curtains and say, ooh, look at them clouds coming from over yonder, right? So, hold on, everybody. Just 1 second, because it's acting up over here. There you go. Okay, so Facebook, if it's lagging a little bit, I'm sorry. It's not lagging over here though. So, yeah, so I'm looking at my thread. Somebody is saying something about Chris Brown. Look, if you're gonna talk about Chris Brown, bring Chris Brown on this thread. Don't just talk about him. Just say, hey, Michaela Renee is doing a reading. And she could tell you about the energy of what's happening, what's going on in your your business, or with the people that are around. So anyways, whatever. Don't be talking about Chris Brown and nothing else like that unless you gonna bring that person on my thread. And just so you know, I met him at a gas station. It was really cool. I didn't get his autograph. I didn't take a picture. I didn't want to, but it was cool to meet him like that. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna pull cards. First card I'm hitting is the Son of Knives. So the Sun in this case, it came up reversed. The Son of Knives, there you go. Facebook got its act together, okay. So Son of Knives, this would be the Page of Swords. And it showed up reversed. I'm gonna tell you, I really like the fact that it showed up reversed. We'll talk about it in just a second. Okay, the Seven of Knives. Oh, so we got a theme happening. Seven of Swords. We have a theme happening. Swords, it has to do with your intellect, has to do with your intuition, and also can be creative, not as much as the wands, but it is part of a creative source. So let's just say like a writer, you know, somebody that's writing blogs or writing speeches, etc. Okay, the third card I'm pulling is Six of Coins, and it's reversed. Six of Coins, it's reversed. And pull one more card. Oh, it's a Major Arcana, Father Sims. Oh, Father Sims is like the devil, and it's reversed. Now see how Caitlin uses color on this card? She uses the purple and a little bit of that red. Okay, so Son of Knives, Page of Knives. We think Page The page is really lighthearted, somewhat immature. So this card is definitely letting you know, and I said it was a reverse. There's no immaturity that's happening about the way that you're thinking. There's no immaturity about it. So whatever is happening today, you're standing in your, let's just say, your wisdom, your collective wisdom about how things go. So if you're seeing something that's happening, let's just say at work or some people that you know, and you have an idea, that idea probably is a collective thought of things that has occurred. You're probably right in on it. There's some maturity about that. Okay, so you're not being wayward or kind of half-ass in your thoughts about it, because you've watched how things are going. So if you express yourself to somebody about what you're saying, and then somebody says, well, I don't think you know what you're talking about. You don't have no idea. Well, they might not have an idea, because they don't know where you're coming from. They don't know where you've collected that data from, right? Okay, so there's some maturity in what you are thinking about whoever and whatever is happening. And that's what the reverse Son of Knives is. Also, the Son of Knives, Page of Swords, he may not have this type of personality, may not know how to hold his tongue. And so with it being reversed, now you know how to hold your tongue, as in you don't necessarily say what you're thinking, even if what you're thinking is correct. You don't need to. See, you notice I have it upside down. You don't need to prove what you're thinking is correct. It's not necessary. And that's the maturity that you're moving into. Seven of Knives pops up. There it is, Seven of Knives. Now I find Seven of Knives is very interesting. So this is the theme of the day, is about the way you're thinking and how you're talking about it, right? Okay, so Seven of Knives, very interesting. This card normally is, this card, I had to think about it. Only because I've seen just different aspects of how Seven of Knives shows up for people. But because we have the Son of Knives reversed, which is you know how to hold your tongue, the Seven of Knives is actually about you as an individual, because we're looking at this card, the number 7, that's the individual. The number 7 is a very spiritual number as well. And this number 7 is related to perfection. So even if you hold your tongue and you're not necessarily speaking out what it is that you know, or let's just say what it is that you you profess to have knowledge about, even if that's the awareness that you have, you're very choosy about how you are expressing yourself. That's Seven of Knives. You don't got to show all your, how they say, put all your cards on the table. You don't have to do that. You can keep some things to yourself. Hey, Autumn, how are you? Yeah, you can keep some things to yourself. Hey, Sajai. So now the Six of Coins pops up, and usually we think coins, we think money, pentacles. This is Six of Pentacles and it's reversed. So that shows you what it looks like reversed. There that is. And it's reversed. Six of Coins. It's really not about coins. It's not about money. It's pentacles, which in this case, it's the things that you are keeping your tongue, not tongue-tied. That's how I feel right now, though. You're not necessarily having to show your expertise in something. having to be right. You don't have to be right. You can keep some things to yourself. It's something that you're knowledgeable even in your own personal being, like your own stuff. So if it's work related and somebody's trying to tell you and I'm just giving you an idea, somebody's trying to tell you how to do it better, you know how to do it because you've been doing it. So don't let anybody knock you off your block. Just take it for whatever it is that person thinks that they think that they're offering you, and don't get caught up in what they believe you should be doing or saying, because this is your project. This is your thing. If it's a family member and the family member is sitting there saying, well, I think you should do it this way. I don't think the decision you're making is a good decision. But they don't know all the data you've collected. They don't know all the stuff you've gone through. They don't know what you've been listening to. They don't know what you've been observing even about them, right? Okay, so this is your story. You can keep it to yourself. You don't have to disclose anything. Son of Knives reversed. You don't gotta disclose everything, but it does have to do with you on a personal level. That's why the Six of Coins showed up. But because it's reversed, don't take it personal. Just understand that those persons have their own. They have their own opinion because it's their limitation of whatever they know. So that's how today's energy is flowing. You don't have to divulge everything. And I have to learn that. I'm telling you, sometimes somebody asks me something and I always feel like I'm obligated to say it. You are not obligated to say anything. You're not. It doesn't mean you're trying to keep a secret. It just means that you just are holding information because it's not pertinent to be divulged or said, or the energy put into it. So realize that you don't have to, just because you know it doesn't mean you have to say it. And the last card is the Devil. Father Sims, here's the card. Get out of your head. Sometimes people like to get inside your head to manipulate you to say what or do what or speak out their opinion. Because they're not necessarily courageous enough to say it themselves, so they want you to divulge that and say that, so they get inside your head. So this is reverse. Don't let anybody get in your head. Nobody's written space in your head. It's enough for you to have to manage what you're thinking about. So you don't need to worry about anybody else's thoughts about whatever it is that they believe that you need to do. And when you do that, you're living from your authentic place. You're living from your authentic space. You're living from there's that card. Yeah, you're living from a place of inner awareness. And that's really, really important. Now, there are things that happen in our life that we can't seem to get out of our head about. And it loops over and over and over again. And people are like victim to this. I know for myself, I was victim to it, and sometimes I still catch myself thinking about something that I don't have any business thinking about because it's not happening anymore. Like, a relationship gone bad, or something stupid happened at work, and an old workmate that might have been prejudiced against me, and I'm still cycling those thoughts. Like, what the heck? Why? What good is it going to get you? Where is it going to move you to? How is it going to shift you to either accomplishing your goal or getting or moving you into the next aspect of life that's very productive and prosperous? How is it going to help you if you are recycling old thoughts? It can't. It won't. So finding ways to undo those negative things, those recycling thoughts, finding ways to eliminate the emotional tie to it, because we can't get rid of the memory. Some memories we do want to get rid of, but we can't get rid of the memory, but we don't have to keep reliving that thing that's in our body, right? We don't have to be a slave or a victim to that old, yucky, dejected, victim, woe is me sort of emotional self. So that we walk around with this chip on our shoulder, or that we walk around with a scowl on our face and don't even realize we have a scowl. I remember one day I was driving and I happened to look up in my rearview mirror and I was like this, right? And I was like, how long have I been like that? I was trying to figure it out. I was like, how long have I been like that? That is not good. That's not good at all. So I make a conscious effort when I get into the car or when I'm out that I literally have this pleasant, nonchalant face, not the bitch face, because I can have that any day, right? So, but I had to really work on some internal emotional messages. So that is what I wanted to, share with each one of you, that work on those internal messages so that you can hear your intuition much better. So now, for those that are just joining live, thank you for coming onto my live, and make sure you like and subscribe if you're on my YouTube side. And then on Facebook, please make sure to comment on this live, like it and comment. That's how you can help out on this particular side of Facebook. How you can help me out here is to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so that you get notification. And I see the different comments that are rolling through. I want to say thank you so very much for the compliments. I appreciate it. And I only do a general reading for the public out loud. I don't do personal readings live because of the nature at which how I read. I actually help you clear the emotional trigger that's connected to the reading. So if you would like a session with me, you're definitely able to DM me, and then I can schedule some time with you, okay? So otherwise, I would love for you to come back and see what the message is for the day, because it will apply to whatever's happening for that day, for this day. Thanks very much, and I will see you tomorrow.